Welcome to the Internet Vault, where we unearth the treasures of the web to enrich your life. Today we're breaking open a topic that's as common as it is misunderstood. Social awkwardness. It's something that a lot of us grapple with, from the nervous chatter at parties to the dread of small talk. But here's the good news: social awkwardness isn't a life sentence. It's a hurdle that can be overcome. By doing so, we can unlock a world of deeper connections, more meaningful conversations, and a sense of ease in social situations that may currently seem daunting. You don't have to be born a social butterfly to flutter with ease. All it takes is understanding, practice, and a pinch of patience. So gear up as we dive into the world of social dynamics. Scene script. Step 1 on the journey is self-awareness. It's the compass that guides you out of the wilderness of awkwardness. Now, what's this self-awareness we're talking about, you might ask? It's like looking into a mirror, but not just at your killer hairstyle or that new shirt you're rocking. It's about peering into your own behaviors, your reactions and emotions, especially in social situations. It's about catching yourself in the act when you're about to dive headfirst into the pool of awkwardness and then saying, hey, let's not do that. See, self-awareness is crucial to breaking patterns of social awkwardness. Why? Because you can't change something if you don't realize it's there. It's like trying to clean a smudge off your glasses when you don't even know it's there. You'll just keep wondering why everything looks so blurry. So how do you boost this self-awareness thing? Well, there are a couple of solid strategies. One of them is journaling. Now, don't roll your eyes. Journaling isn't just for pouring out your soul about your secret crush or your deepest fears. It's a great tool for observing your own behavior. Try to jot down your social interactions and how they made you feel. Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll discover the triggers that lead to those awkward moments and can then work on addressing them. Another technique is mindfulness. Now, this isn't some mystical, magical thing. It's about being present in the moment, really paying attention to what's happening around you and what's happening inside you. When you're fully present, you're more likely to catch those awkward tendencies before they take over. It's like having a personal referee inside your head, blowing the whistle just before you're about to commit a social foul. Remember, awareness is the first step to change. It's like turning on the flashlight in a dark room. Once you know where the furniture is, you're less likely to trip over it. So grab your compass of self-awareness and let's navigate out of this wilderness of awkwardness together. Step 2 is understanding social norms. It's like learning the rules of a game before you play. Social norms are the unwritten rules that govern our behavior. They're like invisible guideposts that steer us in how we interact with each other. And just like a game, if you're not familiar with the rules, you might find yourself making moves that leave others scratching their heads. Let's take a simple example: the social norm of personal space. In most Western cultures, it's customary to maintain a certain distance from others during conversation. Invade that space, and you might see the other person stepping back or looking uncomfortable. That's because you broke a social norm. But what's interesting is that these rules aren't universal. In some cultures, close proximity during conversation is the norm, and standing too far away might be seen as cold or disinterested. So, understanding these norms is key to navigating social situations without tripping over unwritten rules. Now, let's move on to another common norm: the art of conversation. Here, the rule is to listen as much as you speak, showing interest in the other person's thoughts and experiences. Dominating the conversation or only talking about yourself can be seen as rude and self-absorbed, breaking this social norm. But what if you're at a job interview? In this context, the norms shift. It's expected that you'll talk more about yourself and your achievements. Understanding this change in social norms can help you feel less awkward and more confident in different situations. The key is, social norms are fluid and change depending on the context. By understanding them and adapting to different social environments, you can reduce feelings of awkwardness and navigate social situations more smoothly. So think of social norms as the game rules of social interactions. The more you understand them, the less likely you are to commit a foul and the more likely you are to score points with your peers. Learning the rules of the game makes you a better player. Scene script. Step 3, improving communication skills. It's like learning the language of social interaction. Picture this. You're at a party, surrounded by people, and everyone's chattering away, but to you, it's like they're all speaking a foreign language. You're not alone. Communication is a skill, and just like any skill, it requires practice and understanding, so let's break it down. First, let's talk about verbal communication. This is the words you say, how you say them, and when you say them. It's all about clarity and timing. You don't have to be a wordsmith, but you do have to be clear. Say what you mean what you say, and remember, timing is everything. Don't interrupt, don't dominate the conversation, and don't be afraid to take a pause to gather your thoughts. Next up, listening. It's often overlooked, but it's just as important, if not more so, than speaking. Active listening shows you're engaged and interested in what the other person has to say. It's not just about waiting for your turn to speak, but truly understanding what's being said. So listen more, talk less, and you'll be surprised at how your conversations start to flow. Now let's move on to nonverbal communication. This is your body language, your facial expressions, your eye contact. It's said that up to 70% of communication is nonverbal. So if your words are saying one thing, but your body is saying another, people are going to pick up on that. So remember to maintain eye contact, use open body language, and match your expressions to your words. Finally, reading body language. This is a skill that can give you insight into what others are thinking and feeling. It's like having a secret window into their minds. So, pay attention to their body language, their facial expressions, their tone of voice. It's all information that can help you navigate the social seas. Great communication is the key to unlocking meaningful interactions. Scene script. Step 4, practice. It's the rehearsal before the main performance. Now don't roll your eyes at me. I know what you're thinking. Practice, really? That's your groundbreaking advice? But hear me out. Imagine you're a pianist preparing for a concert. You wouldn't dream of going on stage without running through the pieces a few times, right? So why should social situations be any different? Social skills, like any other skills, need practice. The more you flex those social muscles, the stronger they become. So how do you practice? Well, let's start with the basics. Attend social gatherings, even if they make you want to hide under your bed. I know, easier said than done. But think of each gathering as a training ground, a sandbox where you can experiment, make mistakes, and learn from them. Next, try your hand at public speaking. Yes, it's nerve-wracking, but it's also one of the fastest ways to boost your confidence. Join a local Toastmasters club or sign up for a public speaking course. And don't forget networking events. They're like the gym for your social skills. They give you a chance to practice small talk, build connections, and navigate group dynamics. Remember, it's not about being perfect right out of the gate. It's about progress, not perfection. So get out there and start practicing. Practice makes perfect, and it's no different with social skills. Step 5, patience and persistence. It's the fuel that drives your journey. Now let's get one thing straight. Becoming socially adept isn't a weekend project. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to understand that real change, takes time. It's like learning to play the piano or mastering the art of cooking. You can't expect to become a virtuoso or a Michelin-starred chef overnight, can you? Now there's something else you need to know. Along this journey, you will face setbacks. It's a normal part of the process. So when you stumble, pick yourself up, dust off, and keep going. Don't let a moment of awkwardness discourage you. Remember, persistence is key. Keep practicing, keep improving, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Because, my friends, change happens one step at a time, one day at a time, and before you know it, you've come a long way. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. That's it, folks. 5 steps to bid adieu to social awkwardness. We started with self-awareness, moved to understanding social norms, then we beefed up our communication skills. Practice was our 4th step. And we capped it all off with the twin virtues of patience and persistence. Remember, it's a journey, not a sprint. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Internet Vault for more treasure hunts like this one. Until next time, keep exploring.